Hello, my name is Jamie McDonald. I'm a commander with the Tigard Police Department. I currently oversee our operations division, which includes the patrol officers, the men and women who patrol your neighborhood day and night. I've been lucky enough to serve the community of Tigard for over 18 years. In a few moments, you're going to get to meet Officer Eric Enzenberger. He's been with us for over 14 years. He's one of the patrol officers who you see in your neighborhoods every day. On a recent shift, from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., we responded to 53 calls for service. Officer Enzenberger responded to 15 of those. Those calls can be anything from a simple call to very complex. It depends on which call you go to as to how much time it may take. But without further ado, I'm going to let Officer Enzenberger take you on a day in the life of a Tigard police officer.
Recently there was a day, I think we had like 54 calls during those hours of 7 to 5. I took 15 of those calls and then helped on several others. And that can get, fairly busy when we're kind of here, there, and everywhere throughout the city. Typically, our city is divided up into 5 districts. What we like is to have one officer per district, but unfortunately we don't have that luxury all the time. And our minimum staffing on day shift is 3 officers. So that usually means 2 officers get 2 districts. If he makes an arrest, it's a 45-minute trip out to our jail. It's a booking process, however long that takes, half hour, sometimes an hour, and then it's a 45-minute drive back. So that one officer who has 2 districts is out of the city and out of play for 2 or 3 hours. So that leaves the other officers who are already stretched to cover his area as well. Not every call that we get or take is a lights and sirens type thing. So we have to drive sometimes 15, 20 minutes to get to a thing. So, if it's something suspicious, somebody calls up and says, hey, I think there's a guy out in my front yard. I'm not sure what he's doing, but I know he doesn't belong there. I'm kind of concerned. I have, 3 children here in the house and I don't know what to do. On a call like that, that's not a lights and sirens call. If I have to travel 20 minutes to get to that, sometimes by the time I get there, this guy is long gone. So it gets frustrating for us. That's when we wish that we were closer, and that's when, response times really matter. A lot of what we like to do is work with the community, and we certainly need the community's support. And we do appreciate the support that we get tremendously from the citizens. I think we as the department are pretty lucky in that we have a really good relationship with our citizens. I think that's probably why, most of us do this job is the involvement with the community. It's addressing problems, but it's also, creating relationships. Law enforcement is ultimately a customer service business. I think our goal in general is to do the best that we can, to give people the best service. Sometimes it takes us a half an hour to get to their call, and, we apologize to them and say, hey, sorry it took us so long. We had another call before this, etc. But we ask, sometimes, hey, how many officers do you think we have on right now? And they'll say, I don't know, 15, 20. And we'll say, nah, actually we got 3. And that means all of the emergency calls that come in during a shift go to 3 people in the city of Tigard. A lot of people are really taken aback by that, and they don't really understand that that's what we're operating with. I mean, the 15 years that I've been here, that's been, it's been the same staffing levels the whole time. I don't know exactly how much the community has grown, but I think everybody can agree it's grown substantially. To offer the level of service that we want to give, we're just going to need to have more people. I mean, the bottom line is that we need to boost up our staffing levels that build in the time that it takes. We can't differentiate and say, hey, this call is going to take 37 minutes and the next one will be 11 minutes. we just don't have that luxury. And you know, if we have a call that needs to take 25 minutes and we can only give it 15, that's not the level of service that, you know, our citizens deserve and that we want to give. At the end of the day, you know, it is a customer service and a relationship business, and you know, I think that's why we do what we do.
The unfortunate reality for us is that over the last 5 years, our response time to emergency calls has increased by over 20%. Additionally, our calls for service have also increased by over 20%. The hard part about response times increasing that much is that we can't get there as fast as we would like to. Minutes matter when we're trying to get to an emergency call. City Council is considering asking the voters for a levy to fund additional patrol officers. Our goal is to reduce emergency response times and be able to better respond to community concerns in your neighborhood. Because when you need us, minutes matter.